Hi everybody, it's Colin here again from Colin's Engage. The gantry is completely built, that is. What I may do in time is put some weathering on. I'm just going to see how it wears for now. It's in its place and it works straight first time putting it on. And I've just done a couple of other very small bits which in the last video I said, so very pleased with how they've come out. So I'll just show you what I've done. Well, that's the other side on. I've got most of the rails on that side and I've got some up there. It's struggling to focus, I'm afraid. And I've got the bottom ones on at each end of that long one there. I've got to go along here and around there, but it's getting there. I should, next time it's on, most of it should be done at the top and the ends on that one, and then I've just got the very bottom one to do. Right, so I'm going to put some paint on this top handrail. I'm going to put some paint on that very top small short one there, and that one, because they're done now. I've still got that to do. I've just stuck the handrail on those steps. I think it's okay, is that? But I'm going to leave these ladders going from that ground to the middle and the top in the white metal. I'm just going to leave that galvanized because it'll just give it a bit of something different to look at. If you do see it, it'll stand out a bit. So all that cage work I'm just going to leave. Well, that's everything stuck on now. All I've got to do is paint those two rails in between the cab. Just waiting for the glue to go off and then they can be painted, and then I'm going to have a play with some weathering, but generally everything is stuck on all the way around. So very pleased with that. What bits are left? Let me just have a look. Out of 80 bits of that, of those, which are them, the uprights, that's all that's left. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I certainly bust probably 10, so there's probably 60 on the actual gantry itself. So not bad. These are for doing the rails down here, but I've done them a different way. I'm quite pleased with that. The only thing what's missing, as you can see, is the container. I had to take the container part off to get my hands in to do those, to do them. them rails there. I'll just give them a coat of paint and then it'll slide back in. So there we have it. And I might just try and do a bit of rusting on it. So I'll hopefully be back when it's either in place or once I've done the rusting, or I might put it in place and just do the rusting on the actual rails themselves. Because now I've got this built, I've got to start decorating that area. So I'll be back. Well, I'm just going to take my hill off my town scene. I've got a bit of bother with a bit of tracking there. It's one of the points, and this is removable, so I'll just lift it off and have a look. This is the area where I'm just having a bit of trouble with that point there, and it's that servo. There was nothing, I think I just haven't got it set up right. I'm going to change the point in a minute and change it back. So the town area, or a bit of my town area, is back in. I sorted that point out. In all fair, as I said, it wasn't the servo, wasn't the point. What I'm going to have to do is just reset the control on that point so it pulls it a bit more. But what I did was just unstick that white foot plate, the second one in, and just moved it to the left as we look at it, which pulled the arm over a bit more, and it works both ways, and it seemed to have worked, and just stuck it back down just as a for now. When I put any more point motors in and I get the panel up here, because I'm not going to do it on my hands and knees, I'll just reset it. So that's that back in. Right, another thing I said I was going to do was shorten the length of my station, which I've cut off that much. So if I just roughly put it there, that was the length of it to there. So what I've done is just cut it off, curve the round, put a curve on the end, and for now I think that looks great there. Signal box, because it can then control that, all of these points up here to there. It can see all, in theory, be able to see all of them. What I've done then is I've just pushed everything over, so, and re-stuck my track back down so it gets further away. Excuse me a minute. It gets it further away from here, because that was virtually up to that point. And every now and then, certain coaches, something else I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut that bit of polystyrene off there, just get rid of a bit of it in the width. Ready for the future, and then what I can actually do is then do the scenery around here. But I'm pleased with that. That was quite easy, and just to gather any gaps up on these, I've just pulled that corner this way towards that point. So I think that's okay. Right, I'll do a bit more. So I've cut the polystyrene just to move it away from there, and then when I put the grass down, it'll static grass and a bit of a bank should be okay. So that's that bit done. Pleased with that, a lot better. And then we'll take it from there. So my gantry is finished except for weathering, and I'm just in the process of packing some containers in, and the gantry is moving into place. So here comes the containers, and the gantry will start to move up into place, ready to take the first one off. So super, it works. And the only thing I had to do was paint those two rails the other day in between the cab and the main frame. So that means that's got done. Just a bit of weathering to do. I haven't decided yet. I've got this book here, has two pictures in of that gantry, and this is what it's called, Moving the Goods, and it's all to do with containers from the start in steam to the modern. And there's two pictures of that, which I think is brilliant, and I wanted to see if they were in colour, just to get some idea of look on it. If it's in black and white, it's a different thing. I'm just going to have to guess it, but I just brought this in. There's quite a few different things on that Moving the Goods. There's things like with petroleum, fish, animals, and one of the things what's quite interesting while I'm on about moving animals, the book only shows it using steam, because we stopped moving animals by track when diesels came in for some reason, and there's nothing anywhere of pictures, but there probably will have been an odd one or two, but not on a main record for them to make a book about it. So that was quite interesting. And there's other things it shows moving, ore, coal, and it shows it going to docks and anything to do with railway. And I think there's even one on moving military stuff. It's a very good magazine. So there she is in place. What I've got to do now is put a road in, and I've got to put in my card, which is going to be made to look like concrete, in between my rails, what my motors run on, so it all blends in and looks the part. And I've got down here to do, I've got to put in a crash barrier all the way down, because that's where a vehicle's going to run, and it's to stop them going in. Now, for some reason, they don't put it on this side, and what it was for was these overhangs on here, so the wagons didn't get hit, park too close and get hit by that. So that's what I've got to do on this side, is put a crash barrier down and get the road in. So I'm going to put a short video up, and I'm very pleased. It's gone a lot better than I thought. Right, that was a very quick update. I hope you like what you see. I've certainly enjoyed building it, and in all fairness to P&D Marsh, his instructions were spot on. If you did what he asked you to do, they were great, and I've no doubt he's handwritten them himself and come up with the how it should be done. So that's it for now. Don't know what my next video will be. Maybe the area around it, because I'm going to have to start decorating that area. So anybody for the first time who's watching my videos, please subscribe and like. Thank you very much indeed. And to the previous people who keep watching me, and I'm very grateful to that. And any comments, please let me know what your thoughts are. It's very interesting, is doing this. So bye for now. Bye.